Dressing this hate week. I hate them motherfuckers.
Don't worry, Momo. You got something.
He came in hot. Okay. We got a Momo's rant.
My Washington Street is better than Dallas Street. Y'all street dirty. Ours clean.
How many beers did you have?
Oh, you've been drinking?
No, he's been drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking, boy.
He's been drinking like. Wow. Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. What's up, Joe Boo? Damn, it's going to be one of those days. Of course, we got Bucky the Beaver here and the Funky Chicken. Oh, I guess you're not seeing Bucky. Here we go. There you go, Jeff Lee. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope you all are having a great day. It's finally freaking Friday. We're in week number 7, and I'm going to start today off with, I'm going to say this season, I don't know that anybody's out of it this year. This year is crazy as could be because you seemingly have everything upside down. Carolina, who we thought would be a slump buster, they're on a 3-game win streak. First time they've been at 500 in the last 4 years. They mollywopped the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, 30-0. The Falcons beat the Commanders with Jalen Daniels. The Giants lose to New Orleans and then on a short week go in and beat the Eagles. The Cowboys, we lose to the Bears, and we go in and we play against the Green Bay Packers 40-40 tie. There's no rhyme or reason this season, and there's no dominant team that you can point to. Kansas City was left for roadkill 2 weeks ago, and now people are like, yeah, they're the best team. Buffalo Bills, all of a sudden now are on a 2-game lose streak. You actually look at this and say, if you got 2 wins right now, you ain't out of it. You ain't out of it. Because every week we see stuff that just doesn't make sense. I'm going to go to yesterday morning, how sure everybody was, especially when we heard that Trey Hendrickson was going to be inactive for the game.
Get the guys in here and talk about this game and this team a little bit. The thing that I notice on that tape is we've done a bunch of tapes this morning, how perfectly thrown those balls are. I know we're just picking a few plays. Rodgers still has that, though, right? He still places the ball so perfect.
Yeah, and 1, it's happening quickly, and 2, he's not getting hit, and that's the thing. He can still throw it, and that's the premise of, I think, what they're doing is like if they keep him upright, they feel very comfortable with their offense.
This was supposed to be a team, Will, that was going to play great defense. They were going to, there's the Steeler formula, run the ball with that heavy package, and ask Rodgers to do just enough. The defense did not start this season holding up its end of the bargain, but they're getting better. So is this a Pittsburgh team that as we head towards Halloween and Thanksgiving, we should be taking more seriously?
Absolutely. I still believe it's their division to lose. And like you were just saying, the first the first 4 games of the season, the defense was not playing very good at all. But over these last 2 weeks, especially last week, they get like 6 sacks. They're creating a lot more pressure. They're playing a lot better in the back end. They're running the football well. DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers, they've clearly gotten going. The Steelers team is tough, and they've just got to keep the consistency going.
As we put the picks up on the screen and we consider the possibility of a surprise tonight, and I know the Bengals look desperate and they've just brought in a new quarterback and everything else. Everyone is on the Steelers. Let me just give you one cause for pause. B23, Mike Tomlin, in his career, Thursday nights on the road, 2-9.
Wow.
Last time the Steelers won on the road on a Thursday was 2016. Since then, they've lost 4 straight, including last year to the Browns.
I guess that helped.
Snow, when Cleveland was really struggling. Does that give anyone pause?
Yeah.
It gives me pause. I think in division also on Thursday Night Football, they're 0-6. Like I sat there yesterday on the phone, they're like, who you got? I'm thinking, I know that stat, maybe go Bengals, but then I think through the film, what the Bengals have versus what the Steelers have, how the defense has played so much better, how they have 20 sacks as an entire defense, and that's second most in the NFL, only behind the Denver Broncos.
Your brain tells
My
you.
brain is saying,
Steelers,
there's no way.
Tells you.
That stat is screaming at me in the face, and I'm going to sit here next Thursday and be like, I knew it, and I didn't call it.
I was look at last week with the Giants and Eagles, too.
It's another week where
we sit here every week and we're like, this is a boat race. This is that. And then we come in the next week and like, they did it to us again, man.
the illogical always happens in the NFL. We'll see if the Steelers are able to buck all those trends tonight as we continue.
Okay. Now, here's my thing. Now this is going to sound crazy. Okay. Now, we heard, of course, can't remember, Diane Rossini yesterday saying, if the Cowboys had Micah Parsons, this is a Super Bowl team. I'm not sure that that's really the case because, see, here's the thing that's kind of crazy. I'm going to just put this out here. Right now, we are giving up 30.7 points a game. Okay? 30.7 points a game. Last year with Micah Parsons, we were giving up 27.5. We've only dropped 3.2 points. I'm not saying that 3.2 points wouldn't be helpful right now. It would. But it's not like we went from 30 points to 20 points. Now, here's what's kind of crazy. As bad as the Cowboys defense looks, one that might actually be worse out there is actually the Philadelphia Eagles, who went from leading the league last year at 18.1 to 23.8. That's a 5.5 point shift. That's an even bigger chasm. Yeah, I know Eagle fans are like, why are you bitch slapping us on that? I'm just pointing out that 18.1, you were Super Bowl champion. I don't know that 23.8 is going to be enough for you with the way your offense can't score in the second half. Just pointing that out there. But here's where you have to, as we look at this, because you have to think that Trey Henderson was a guy that they tried to move possibly before the season, before they give him the extension, and a guy who you hear about that they may be interested in moving because his contract is up this year, that there may be, let's pump the brakes here. We just beat the division leaders. We're only one game behind them without Henderson. Now, here's what's crazy. I want you to think about this for a second. Right now, Pittsburgh has T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt ain't no slump. But the Pittsburgh Steelers defense right now is 17th in scoring defense with 23.3 points a game. That's with T.J. Watt. You can go with Cleveland with Myles Garrett. You can't say Myles Garrett isn't the man. That defense in losing record is giving up 24.3 points a game. And you think of Green Bay. Now, Green Bay is giving up 20.4. They're 10th in scoring defense with Micah Parsons. But is Micah Parsons enough for them to win the Super Bowl? I don't know. So the question you have to ask is, in today's football where scoring points is everything and all of the rules are shaded towards the offense, is it wise to say, let's go, sully the future and try and bring in Trey Henderson? Although I don't think they're going to trade him now. Myles Garrett has been one of the best edge rushers for the last 10 years or however long he's been here. And yet Cleveland makes the playoffs every couple of years or so, but doesn't make any noise. He's not the difference maker of making them the Super Bowl. I know it looks bad right now with the whole Micah Parsons situation because the defense is bad. I get it. But Micah Parsons alone won't turn that defense around. We have the worst linebacking core in football. The worst. Our cornerbacks are lost right now in zone coverage. And we let go players like Jordan Lewis, who's actually played every single snap for the Carolina Panthers and right now is playing as one of the best corners in football. We made a lot of mistakes on who to keep and who to extend. We got $90 million cornerbacks that look like they're the worst. And unfortunately, I hate that this kills me to even say this, but the fact that Mozzie Smith is a scratch every week and he is rated as 119th interior defensive tackle out of 119th just goes to show the Cowboys don't know dick when it comes to fixing a defense. They just don't. They've screwed the pooch. They had one guy here who could do it, and he's now the head coach of the Commanders, the team we face this weekend. So right now you have to look at this and say, we got to be perfect on offense. And the fact that the Cowboys are scoring the way they were with 4 offensive linemen out, CeeDee Lamb and Kayvon Turpin, you could look and say, this team could be even better on offense. It could be. We've got a hell of a road to go through, but if the offense can pick up another touchdown a game, I know it sounds crazy when you're already scoring 30 points a game, but we literally have to score 40 points. And this is no different to what I said before the season started, when we still had Micah Parsons was going to be on part of the fold. I said we got to score like 35 points a game. What's changed? Micah's not here. Micah's not here, and we're still in the same position. Now, one of the problems that we seem to have, and see, this is where we keep looking for a savior for our defense. You know, whenever there's a guy who's about to get out there, oh my God, man, hey, Bland's coming back. Okay, and we're going to sign Clowney. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. And what are those things done for us? And people are still saying, well, we're going to be getting Savon Ravel. Okay, guys, the Cowboys do what they do. They keep trying to get potential on the cheap. They keep drafting guys that are injured, thinking that they're going to be a Hall of Famer. Now, Savon Ravel, again, tore his ACL, and we know the problem we've had with guys coming back from ACLs. It ain't been good. In college, didn't have his senior season, has had no training camp. When he was working out, had a setback. Before he wasn't wearing a knee brace, and now in practice, he wears a knee brace. And we're looking to say that guy's going to turn us around? That guy. A guy who hasn't played football in a year, hasn't practiced with the team. He's going to come in and now be the reincarnation of Deion Sanders. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We can hope. And the same thing with Overshown. Overshown, I pray that we're not bringing him back too soon, and he's going to go out here on a trash defense, and his career ends because he just tore up his knee again. Because he came back too soon. Because he actually cares and has passion and doesn't like what he sees that's going on with his team. There is no quick fix for this. And I'm not sure that making just snap decisions where you're using your number one pick to try and bring in somebody, unless it's somebody that's going to be a legitimate player, a la like a Reggie White, that you're going to be able to have for years to come, where you've got a cornerstone, you don't give up that number one pick. You do not give up that number one pick. And here's where you have to look at it. If the Bengals were to trade Trey Henderson, he's not a long-term. He's long in the tooth. He wants to get paid. Maybe you're only renting him for this season. And if you're just saying for this season, I'm not sure that this season is viable with this defense. You have to do something that's more long-term. And that's part of the problem with the Cowboys. The difference of your offense and your defense, most of the guys have been here with a coach that they knew. Dak, Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, right? Your offensive lineman, Terrence Steele, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Booker and Cooper Beebe. You had familiarity when you ended up changing coaches. Your defense, you ended up basically grabbing spare parts from all these different teams, all these different players that don't know each other. Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, Kyler Elam. You bring back Dante Fowler. You've got all of these new guys here that have not played together and now are here under the microscope of the Dallas Cowboys with a new coach who's doing a totally new system. It was set up to fail from the beginning, and the best player you had is gone. So it's just not a whole lot of hope there. At least you're getting CD back, and that's going to help spread the field even more. Right now, it may end up being that CD being out for a couple of games may have been the best thing for this offense, because now George Pickens has been moved all over the field. George Pickens has had at game speed time to really get to know Dak and Dak to really get to know him. Now we add another guy to this. If you're a defensive coordinator right now and you've seen what George Pickens has done the last couple of games without CeeDee Lamb, and now you got to deal with him and CD, and then you got Jake Ferguson as like the number 2 tight end in football, yeah, that's a scary proposition. And the only chance we have this season is that we score a whole lot of points and that the defense gradually gets a little bit better. It doesn't have to get a whole lot better. Just get me 2-3 stops a game and an occasional turnover. It still mystifies me that we have 2 cornerbacks that both have $90 million contracts, that both led the league in interceptions within the last few years, that they ain't got a single interception between them. That goes to show you that there's something wrong with the system. The system does not fit these guys, and you need to make your system fit with the talent that you have. You cannot continue to say, well, this is the system we're going to run. I know you can't run it, but this is what we're going to run, and continue to be an absolute positive failure, because that's what we are right now as far as our defense goes. And it just is what it is. And as long as we have guys that aren't taking it seriously, and, I don't have the whole context of what Sam Williams was thinking. If he was thinking that, okay, they're joking me. Okay. We've all done that. Yeah, you're funny, motherfucker. Okay. But you can't be embarrassed on the field like that and just laugh it off. You just can't. And that goes to culture on the defense. That's what it goes to. You think if that was back in the 90s, that somebody made a boneheaded play, that they could just laugh it off and that somebody wouldn't grab a hold of them and beat them down? I bet they would. So that's where we are for this weekend. I will say that this is a must-win game for both teams, because here you are. This is last night's game all over again. Because the winner of that game says, okay, we got a real good shot. If Washington wins and goes to 4-3, then all of a sudden you're looking at the Eagles and saying, yeah, we control our destiny, because the Eagles are having issues, especially if the Eagles lose to Minnesota. If we go down, you start looking at it and saying, we're kind of digging deep with the schedule we have, that it's going to be tough. And you might say the season's over. And understand something here, people, because when you say the season is over, it's not saying that you are not a Cowboy fan or you're giving up on the team. It's really about reality, because you look at it and you say, when you have a defense that's given up the second most points in the NFL, at some points you have to be realistic and say the worst defense in football is not going to win a Super Bowl. Don't be delusional. So last night we had a great time watching the game. The game was actually a really good game. It was nice actually seeing these games that typically Thursday night games have been snooze fest, but to see the Eagles lose last Thursday to the Giants when you thought it would be a blowout for the Eagles, to see the Steelers lose to Cincinnati when you thought that Steelers were going to just mollywop Cincinnati, now kind of makes, you want to watch those Thursday night games, so to speak. And we've been doing members call-in. If you're a channel member on the channel, you can get the link and you can join us and stuff like that. But Momo, our resident Washington fan, made no bones about it that he can't stand the Dallas Cowboys. Can't stand us. Can't stand us. And he came back in after having a few to drink to let us know how bad it is. So we're going to finish this up today with some Momo rants, okay? And I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you later.
At first, I was a little kid.
Uh-oh.
But I grew up.
Well, Billie Jean was the bomb.
He's
though.
not. Let me be clear. Momo is not addressing any Cowboy fans, so I guess he's here to talk to Leo and Jess.
You can dress me?
Oh,
Hey, Leo, come here.
Tickle me Elmo's here.
Wait a minute,
Come here, Momo.
Tickle me Momo.
Momo, where
He's coming in. He's coming in.
Momo, we're in the
He said he was going out to have a couple of beers now.
Momo, I don't know whether to play
yeah,
chicken destroy you or not.
tickle me Momo. Janessa. Oh, I'm sorry. Tickle me Momo.
Wait a minute, Momo. I thought you was not addressing any Cowboys fans.
Oh, I'm dressing
All right.
this hate week. I hate them mother effers.
Don't worry, Momo. You got
He
something.
came in hot. Okay. We got a Momo's rant.
My Washington Street is better than Dallas Street. Y'all street dirty. Ours clean.
How many beers did you have?
Oh, you've been drinking.
No, he been drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking, boy. I've been drinking.
He's been drinking like Leo's been smoking.
Hey, I've been drinking like what's his name over here?
He's drinking that near beer.
Like Thomas Garrett. I mean, I'm in the Thomas Garrett tip.
Oh,
right now.
Lordy. Well, let's hopefully you're not drinking like Mark Holmes. You're going to be passed out on the bathroom floor.
And Tucky's here too.
Hey, Mark, I don't want you up here smiling and joking around with we're always wearing those big old T-shirts and knowing that you're a fat Cowboy fan.
Momo, we saw your nipples. What are you talking about?
What? Did he just say I'm a fat Cowboys fan?
He sure did, right? He sure did.
The hell?
Hey, Mark, show the picture. Show the picture.
He's showing his ass tonight.
Damn.
He's
He's showing his other ass tonight.
and his tits.
Okay. All right. We're not going to poke the bear here.